Good evening. It is Saturday, August 16th. I always got to think of the date, even though I just looked at it. Welcome to vlogging my therapy session for myself. Or how long is a year? Today, day off, and spent a lot of time with the wife, and got to do some fun things, and then the whole evening just almost killing time. My whole life, my whole adult life, uh, my average work week is probably between 60 to 70 hours until about 2 years ago. And now I have a daytime job and I work banker hours and I have time. I have time to sleep and rest. I have time to go out and do things. I'm old and been very heavy for a very long time, so my body doesn't like to do a lot. And I'm an introvert, so I don't love doing a lot of things with a lot of people for the most part. But now I have time to do those things. I have time to do whatever I want, even if it's alone, if it's with people. And it's just really, really odd. I just find myself more almost killing time and doing things that are just going to kind of exhaust the next hour or so that are distracting rather than doing anything in the now. The whole point and purpose of this vlog and thinking about all these things is that I don't have a ton of time left, whatever that is. Maybe it's 30 years. It's not. But it's not unlimited. I have a limited amount of time, and yet the time that I have, I'm not doing to make my body healthier. I'm not doing to make my mind healthier. I'm not doing to make my relationship healthier. I'm doing for enjoyment, which is very important. But then it gets way past that to distraction, kind of like my food. You want to eat food a lot of times because it tastes good. You want to eat it for health, but you want to eat things that are delicious. And then for my eating habits, it goes way past that to eating just to eat, just to fill my stomach, just to keep eating, so I don't feel hungry anymore, which takes a long time, obviously. And so the way I spend my time, the way I choose when to end my eating and what to eat is just so wasteful. It really is. And what am I trying to say about it? And I don't know why then. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the same thing. And Monday, I'm going to do the same thing. And if this were any other version of me, especially before 40 years old, I say, then you just don't do it. Then tomorrow, now that you realize this, then tomorrow you do the right thing. And that's the goal. That's what I'm going to be working towards. I'm going to try to do that. But now that I'm just about 50, I've had enough experience in attempting to change my habits and attempting to change the way that I deal with my time, that I know that it's not likely that, even though I now have this revelation and I have every means possible to be able to do these things easily, tomorrow I could have a very productive day from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, but not with killing myself, not with just, go, go, go until the wheels fall off. But tomorrow I could just get up and I could do X and Y and Z, and then that's what I'm going to do. And then tomorrow I'm going to stop. Tomorrow for the whole night, from like 2 p.m. till I go to sleep, I'm going to do nothing productive. I'm going to do nothing but kill time. I'm going to do nothing but distract myself. It's very odd that I'm a human being, supposedly have free will. And I know my time is limited on this planet. I'm in a place and a situation and a relationship that I'm really happy with. I don't spend much time present in it at all. The time I spend is, I was going to say fleeting, that's not at all what I'm thinking. The time I spend is partially disconnected all the time. I have a very busy brain. My brain is somewhere else a lot. I have spent a lot of time alone in my life, even when I was in relationships. But out of relationships, I don't have many, if any, friends, depending on what period of life I'm in. Not close with my family whatsoever. And so I spent a lot of time with just me. And so now that I'm with someone that I'm really happy to be with, who really will, I can be myself around for the first time in my life, I still have these 45 years of habits that I've built up of what I do with my time and how much patience I have for anyone else in this world when I'm not alone. Because I've built up so many different coping mechanisms and so many different cues to myself of when I want to get out of a situation or go to the next thing and not be present. And yet, everyone experiences something very similar in some realm of their life where they know what the right thing to do is, or at least what the healthiest thing to do is for themselves. They know what it is. They have the means to do it, they have the time to do it, the patience to do it, the money to do it, and they don't. And I don't. And it's really, these are the types of things that keep my mind busy, is that I can't figure it out. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And there are the rare people that can do those things. In my experiences, when you get to know those people, it's not nearly as much as you think. Or if it is, it's kind of doing the same thing I'm doing by avoiding something else, by getting into those things that are very helpful, which would be wonderful. I'd love to spend an unhealthy amount of time doing healthy things. That'd be wonderful. But my goal with thinking about this, with talking about this, with recording this, is to actually put it out there. And now that it's out there, it's much harder to deny in my head, in my heart. When you think of these things and feel these things, never express them, it's it's a lot easier to move past them and not think about them tomorrow, not think about them the next day. And I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want to feel like I'm a piece of crap because I don't do whatever it is that I'm supposed to do tomorrow. But also tomorrow when I go to bed, I want to go to bed not thinking what I'm going to think tonight. Tonight when I go to bed, I'm going to think, man, I got a really good first half of the day and really connected with my wife and really got a few things done I've been thinking about doing and preparing for next week for a couple things that are coming up. Why didn't I keep doing that? Of course, there has to be some type of balance. I should wind it down at the end of the night for a couple hours. But why is that less than half of my time, less than half of my energy is spent on what's actually important? Or is it? Or is what's important is just being here and experiencing this place and this existence? I am fascinated by our existence, our unique existence in this world, and especially what happens when we're gone. 100% of people who were here before are gone now, and it's hard to comprehend that it's just a nothing. You would more think there is some other type of experience after this, whatever that is. But then once we get to that experience, are we also kind of drifting through that experience and trying to get through it quickly to get to the next one that we say we don't want to get to? We all say we don't want to die, we don't want this time to end, we don't want these better days to be over. But what are we doing with them? What am I doing with them? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But I had a good half day today, so that's a good start. So that's what was really been on my mind today. It's really what I've been thinking about. And now I'm mumbling and my mouth is dry, so I'm going to just end this one. So this was 2 days, or a day between these. I was thinking every day. I don't think every day is going to be realistic at all. Twice a week is very realistic. Every other day is very possible too. So I think I want to do at least twice a week. If I could do every other day, that'd be great. And really what I'm going to focus on tomorrow is how I'm spending my day, how I'm spending my time, how I'm spending my thoughts, and especially my energy. Got a half a day to myself, 3/4 of a day to myself, and the last quarter of the day, my wife will come home from work and I'll have time with her. And so I'd like to spend more than 50% of my time tomorrow doing things that are helpful for me and helpful for my relationship, helpful for my life. And less than half the time just distracting myself and trying to fly through it. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope it sparks some thoughts in other people's minds too. think it's a really important part of this existence to question it. Question the things that we don't think need to be questioned. Question the things that nobody talks about ever. When's the last time someone had this conversation with you for real? Not just a sly comment because you did something that annoyed them, but really had a conversation. What are we doing with our time? What are we doing with our energy? How much do we have left? I mean, why are we doing what we're doing? Well, step one. And how long is a year? Well, 2 days less than it was 2 days ago. So I'm only going to do this vlog for a year, and then I'm going to cut this off, and I really want to see what the difference is between the first day I did this and the last. But again, thank you. Have a good night. Happy August.